Well, we stepped into the Roger Neilson House here at CHEO. I'm joined now by Danielle Scarlett. She is a recreational therapist here at the house. For people who have never been here before, how is the space broken up?
So at Roger Neilson House, we split it up so that it's like a house. We want families to feel at home and to feel welcome and as comfortable as possible. So we have a kitchen and we have bedrooms and we have suites for the families that have king-size beds and TVs. We have a basement that has a pool table.
Okay.
And it's like an ordinary house, just full of a whole bunch of different type of kids.
Well, and what types of children and their families end up taking advantage or benefiting, more appropriately put, of the house?
So children with mostly life-limiting illnesses, which is a huge spectrum of different type of kids. They're very complex needs, very fragile, and this place gives them an opportunity to have a break and to enjoy being a kid.
Okay, we've got a couple of children with their families and with your colleague Charles here in the other room. What exactly does a recreational therapist do?
So a recreational therapist is someone who is in charge of activities in the house and programming. We create a sense of normalization here for the kids. They're just kids and they just want to be kids, so we have a lot of things that they can do. They can spend time together, their whole families can spend time together, and we offer them a quality of life that they may not always get out in the community.
Okay. Now, I mentioned that we have a couple of kids that are here in the Roger Neilson House. We've got Emily here, and then this is little Maverick. His parents, Joe and Tegan, are here. How old is he now?
He's just over a year, so he's 13 months.
Okay, and I understand that his first experience with the Roger Neilson House was when he was quite young.
Yeah, he's probably 7 months, 6 months old.
Okay, and how many months after you first gave birth, Tegan, did you end up spending in the hospital?
We were here for 5 months total at CHEO.
Okay, so why was that so great to have that transition to come into the Roger Neilson House?
So we have 3 other children, and so Maverick's very complex. He's fed tube feeding, and he's on a breathing machine, so he has a lot of equipment. So it was very nerve-wracking, especially because Joe works full-time, me going home, trying to take care of 4 kids and one with special needs. So it was great to have the support and to have our other children be able to stay here and adapt to before we went home.
Well, because the telethon is only 10 days away, we really wanted to take a tour of all of the different places here at CHEO, including in the house, and it really does mean a lot to us that you would share your story. Why do you think that it's so important that people continue to support so you have this outlet?
It's just a place that I feel is needed for special needs with children who have complex issues, and the Roger Neilson House has been very supportive of everything.
Not only Maverick, but our other children as well, and our family as a whole.
Had you ever, did you know how to work within the boundaries that Maverick is born with?
Nope, we had no idea. During my pregnancy, we had no idea that he was going to be born complex either. So it was very nice that they showed us how to care for him and get him on such a good schedule, as well as our other children, and they were involved as well, and they could take care of him.
Yeah.
They know all the ins and outs about Maverick just as well as we do now too, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, Tegan, Joe, little Maverick, thanks for sharing your story with us today, and all we can do at this point is encourage people to support the CHEO Telethon. It's only 10 days away, or if they want to get a jump start on it, it's CHEOtelethon.com. We'll be back with more here on CTV Morning Live.